Wilmington's very own 24 days with a Needy Wilmington.
Hi everybody, thanks for taking time to watch this video. My name is Tony. I'm one of the founders for Needy Wilmington, a nonprofit for public, which means whatever items we receive, donations obtained, go directly to the community. So I hope you guys are doing well. And on this happy Tuesday, thankful Tuesday. So I wanted to get on here real quick just to give you guys what's happening. And there's still a lot to do for Thanksgiving. There's a lot to cover, so we'll try to go and get through it real quickly. I will be showing you images so you guys can use as a landmark. If you guys go to our webpage, that's where you would find all the information. That's your starting point. So if you're interested in giving monetary donation, if you're interested in giving food donation, if you're interested in giving gift cards or things like that, if you're interested in volunteering, that would be the page that you would need to go to. So that way you get all the information, know how to go about it. And that way, if you have any questions, you can do that by either sending me an email. You can either direct message me either on Facebook or Instagram, of course, Twitter, but we don't have too much of a Twitter following. You can also do a WhatsApp. You can do Messenger. So there's different ways you guys can contact me. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to be sharing you the screen. So that way, once you see what we're talking about and things like that, you can, understand and you can see it. And that way you guys are familiar with, what we're talking about and things like that. So bear with me for a second and let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, so let's see here. All right, let's just do this because we really need to get into it. So here's the screen. This is the where you want to start at. The information is there, bit.ly, the 411 Thanksgiving, the harbor. If you want to right now, depending on how you're using your, to access this video, you can either scan the little QR code on the right where it says it takes you to the site, or also if you happen to be on the site, once we do it, you can send us pictures and videos while you're there on site and it goes to my email. So that way you guys can be part of what we're doing and, share what you guys are seeing and being part of, especially if you happen to be volunteering. So that's the best part. So we have a lot of individuals that, be part of what we're doing and they share pictures and they go along with things that they're part of, things like that. And it's really, really awesome to see that. So it's really cool how that's going along. So let's go ahead and show you, of course, where this is going to be located. Let me go ahead and put this over here. And I'm trying to find a better picture because the picture I'm using is not working well. And again, like I said, I'm just zooming this through real quick. So that way I'm not taking too much of your time and you guys are not overwhelmed with the length of this video. So let me go ahead and share the screen again. Okay, here we go. So far we're doing so good. So this is the flyer that you're looking at. This is the image that you will see on the webpage. Right here, you see like we work at the Boys and Girls Club, prepping all the food, getting everything heated up. So that way we can take it over to D Street, which of course is down here. You'll see better pictures and videos on the website. That's why it's really good. If you go to the website, especially where we have one dedicated from last year. So you'll get to see what we did last year. And of course, all the information, because it hasn't happened yet, it's still on our page. We had a good lineup of people that we helped out. And these are wonderful people, volunteers that took time out of their day to take a candid shot. So it's totally awesome. So that is really, really cool. And what it's all about is community coming together to share their day, Thanksgiving Day, to help others. So that way they can have an event. So one of the things that you guys can help out monetary if you want to, and it's simple. We do a thing that's called giving 25 cents makes sense. So let me go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see it. And that way you guys are being part of what we do. So this is called Quarters for Turkeys. So the Quarters for Turkeys is you give a quarter, anything you want to give, it helps out towards buying the turkeys. So the turkeys that we're looking for, of course, are more expensive this year. They're at least almost close to $1.50 a pound compared to last year. There were 98 cents and maybe, at the most 99 cents, $1 this year because of supply and demand. It costs a lot more. So we have to purchase the turkeys until we get a sponsor that will go ahead and sponsor these turkeys. And unfortunately, we don't have that, especially with the time being that we have to ask for it. We have to order it to make sure that we're able to get it. So that way, it'd be ready to go. Otherwise, we would be out of, no turkeys and we could not serve. And we would have to substitute, and we would hate to substitute. So that's the reason why we do that. So that way you guys can see what that's all about. Something that's really, really important that I do need to share, if you are going to volunteer, let me go ahead and share the screen again. Is if you're gonna volunteer, make sure that you understand that we're still in COVID-19, that we still have to follow protocols. You will get your temperature checked. You would also make sure that you guys have a mask on. If you don't want to follow the protocols, then we have to kindly ask you to leave. This is not the time or place for, to make your views or what have you. This is an event to serve others who don't have a meal or have access to food. And so this is the reason why we do this. We all have been doing this for a very long time, and it's all about them. So it's important to practice COVID-19 protocol, sanitizing, proper covering your face, and of course, your cooperation in doing this is very, very appreciative. So again, that's on the website as well. So that way, if you really want to read everything that's on there, then go ahead and do that. So that way you guys can have any questions, let me know. It should be any kind of, if you do have any questions, please let me know, okay? And if you're shy, you don't have to give your name, just be anonymous, that's totally okay. So this is the sponsors that we have so far. Again, it is a thankless job, what we do. It's really, really hard to get everybody involved to support it morally and also financially. And these are the individuals that we have so far who are being part of what we're doing. And we still have a lot more space to have more on there. So we're looking forward to doing that. But so far, we can do what we do if we didn't have any of these core members. So like the Culinary Arts from Los Angeles Harbor, the Sunshine Club, who supplies all the desserts, supplies all the side dishes. We couldn't do what we do without them, as well as the bread. So there's also like a roll of bread, some kind of stuff. Chamber of Commerce, we couldn't do what we do without them. Joe Buscaino, of course, the office Joe Buscaino, Miss Janice Hahn, a supervisor, Boys and Girls Club for the facilities. So we couldn't do what we need to do. Everybody else is our core team. So they're always thankful doing this. And then of course, the community who does everything else, supporting from any little donation that we need to any item that we need to have just to make up, to make the event successful. So that's our sponsor page. Of course, that's growing as we go along. As you already know, we've already collected some funds and I need to update it. So let me just show you that real quick so you guys can know that yes, we are keeping a tally. Yes, we are putting down who gave what. And so, of course, this is a little bit more than what it is now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and share the screen. So that's what we have so far. I mean, it's a little bit more. I would say a couple $100 more in PayPal, a couple $100 in Venmo. So we have a long way to go. And this is a very, very expensive event that we put on every year. And we will be putting down every person's information as far as what they gave. Here is a perfect example. These are the individuals that gave so far. And that's why we have them added and totaled. So you guys know exactly who gave what, and it is accounted for. Okay, so everything is there. So that way we are very, very appreciative no matter, again, whatever, 25 cents, whatever change you want to give makes sense. So don't feel like you're obligated to do something more than you're not comfortable in giving. So please, please, please understand that. Even if you're not to give any money, we still appreciate your more support and just sharing the information out, because without you doing that, none of this could be ever possible. None of this could be very possible. I want to go ahead and show you guys now what I was talking about the turkeys and how expensive it is. If I can find the image of that. So I don't have it. So we'll go ahead and move along. So if you guys have not seen that we already were requesting funding for the hot box, we will put a video out about the hot box. So let me go ahead and show you that real quick. So that way you guys can see it. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the information. And of course, we'll come back to the second part. So we already have it. So that's the first part. So let me go ahead and blow it up a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. So we requested a dolly to carry the two hot boxes. And this is the two hot boxes right here. And this is the one for the dolly. So that's where what it costed, $189 a piece. And then of course, $88.99 for the dolly. So let me show you the second part, because unfortunately the invoice is long and it doesn't cover that. And I know some are going to say, well, you don't need to do all that. Yes, I do. Because the thing is, the last thing I want to do is not have anybody feel that every cent went to where it needs to go. And we want to make sure everybody's comfortable in knowing where your hard-earned money went, and it did go to that. So here it is right here. That's the total, $563.29, and it's already been paid for. And we'll do a video on that, so that way you can see, and that way you guys know exactly where it went. Okay, so thank you for everybody who donated to that. That's why that was possible, and we can go on. Now, the food stuff. Here we go. Now we're going to talk about the food stuff real quick. So let me bring that up real quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and share the screen again. So these are the items that we need in order to be successful. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this up a little bit so you guys can see it. So turkeys and hams, like I said, the turkeys were being supported by monetary donation because we have nowhere to store it. We don't buy it we don't get them to the week of. Hams, so far we're not needing it. So that's the reason why it's based on announcement. So far we don't need hams. We're not doing hams. That was only a case of a backup, or if we were going to do food baskets for the ones who are in need. And so far we are not at that yet. We still need cans of turkey, which are the ones right here. Dinner rolls, if you can do that. Lemonade powder mix that goes into the boxes for the kids. Cutlery, cups, clothing. We're not doing clothing. That should be actually taken off. We don't do clothing because of COVID, so I have to omit that. I apologize. I'm only human. Boxes of mashed potatoes, stuffing, chicken broth, so they can do that. Butter. We don't ask for butter until the week of. Iced tea powder mix. These are things that are going to go in the box for the families who are going to be on the 1-week vacation, as well as a Thanksgiving dinner. Napkins, pastries, canned mixed vegetables, fruit, pumpkin pie, or any kind of pie in cans. No perishables, no refrigerated, no frozen items. Toiletries are always welcome. See right there, I put blankets, no blankets due to COVID. I should also do that to the clothing, so I apologize for that. Okay, and also if you want to donate a case of water, a couple of cases of water, a couple of bottles of water is totally always welcome. So that's pretty much what it is. For this is what goes in for the Thanksgiving basket for that Thanksgiving meal. And then of course, if you want to do something extra, then please go ahead and do that. So that way they can have a little bit extra on their break. And usually what they do is they'll buy normal stuff that you would buy at a store, like microwavable Hormel, microwavable, I think it's called Del Monte. These quick little deals that you can just buy. They're on the shelf. They keep really well, but they can microwave it. They can even open it up and reheat it on a small little hot stove or something like that in a small pot. Those are the things that are really, really popular for the ones who have a limited space to cook, live out of their car. And of course, that's a completely different element that we'll talk about. But some of the families that we do help out are in a situation where it does not permit to do a full cooked meal like a stove or oven. And so we accommodate that as much as possible. Okay, so the thing about what we were talking about, what's with the extra week of food and things like that, let me go ahead and bring that up so you guys can see it. And that way you guys can understand what we're talking about. So let me share the screen. So this is about the 5th annual Giving Thanks to a Pilot. What is this about? So this is an annual thing that we've done because when we do our normal feeding on Thanksgiving Day, there's a group of families, there's a group of students, there's a group of, because sometimes families are taken care of by others, meaning a guardian, an uncle, for whatever, because of the situation, something happened, they don't have their biological parents. So things change. So let me go ahead and show you what that is all about, and then we can touch that real quick. So let me share the screen again. So this is the event that we do, and it's on there as well. Let me go ahead and blow it up for a little bit. So this is things that we do. These are two wonderful organizations. One is called CP Magnet, which is the College Preparatory Magnet Program. And the other one is called SPPY, YNG. It's the San Pedro and Wilmington YMCA Wolfpack. And so they create boxes for the families, their students, who are going to be needing a food basket on Thanksgiving, as well as a little extra for the ones that are going to be on 1 week on vacation. Go to our website under the 2020 last year and you'll see what it is. A lot of the families that we work with, they don't have access. They're very strict on their budget. So they rely on the school to have their breakfast and lunch. It is a service, it's something that they need. And when they don't have it, it really hurts them because that means they have to buy out of their own pocket. They have to find another source of what they're gonna able to provide for their family, especially if it's a family of 4 or 5, to feed them the 1 week they're on vacation. I know that because I had gone through that when I was an LAUSD student, and it still hasn't changed to this day. Except for during COVID, they were actually providing more meals and providing that program for the grab and go, including giving extra. So it was good that that was going on. But we already had done that even prior to COVID. This is our 5th year doing it. So we provide the little extra of like snacks and foods that they can microwave, they can heat up, that will hold them over for the 1 week that they miss out having a breakfast or lunch. They get to have that at, for them when they're on break. So that's the reason why we do that. And that's the reason why that's been existing and has worked really well, especially for students, that they realize they have a little bit of something to look forward to. They have something to eat. They're not going to miss out anything. They're not going to be disruptive as far as their routines. They still get to be kids. They get to do what they need to do and all that good stuff. So that's the reason why, that is happening. And that is what is provided. And I think I pretty much covered everything except for one last thing. And let me see if I can find it so that way you guys know, because I've had this asked, and I apologize for not being prepared for this. But I just wanted to get this going because, like I mentioned, the time is getting closer and quicker. And it's really important that we cover that, and so that way, they have, there's ways for you guys to help out, and there's ways to do this. Okay, so of course I'm looking at this, and I'm going to go to the site better because it's not here. Give me a second to fix it. So luckily for documents, we can do something and we can change it at a whim and make it work. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Second. All right. And here it is. Okay, good. So let me go ahead and put this in the browser. And that way you guys can see. Give me a second. I apologize for delays and things that are happening, but this is what happens when it's unrehearsed and we do things like this because we want to put the time, effort in helping and educating the ones who are helping out, as well as serving the ones who are underserved. So that's why we do what we do. Okay, so here we go. So I got it. Let me share this for you guys so we can do this, and that way you guys can go on your day. So this is where you can go ahead and donate. Again, that's on the website as well. So we do have a Cash App. If you're familiar with Cash App, that's one of the apps on either Android or Apple. You can donate if you're comfortable with that platform. GoFundMe as well. You can go ahead to GoFundMe. I think if I click on it, it will take you there. And of course, it's going to tell me it's not there. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so if you see, we already have a $50 donation from a community. Thank you, Moses, for doing that. So this is the website for, I got to correct that link for GoFundMe. So if you want to go ahead and do that, tells you a little bit about information. We've had GoFundMe for all our events in the past. So that way you guys are familiar with, GoFundMe. You can go ahead and donate there. Of course, you could also do Venmo. So here we go. We're going to go to Venmo, and I hope there's not a delay in Venmo. And of course, they're going to tell you no. Oh my God, how embarrassing. I got to fix these links. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Okay, so that's the Venmo for Needy Wilmington. You'll notice by the logos, everything by the logo, you'll know if you're in the right spot. And you see we've had Venmo since 2017. So we've been around for a long time, and they've been a very, very great partner to have in our fundraising efforts. And now we're going to go ahead and do PayPal. And then PayPal does the same thing. Oh, that's just so embarrassing. Not cool. Not cool. Okay, and of course, there's your PayPal. So when you get to PayPal and you see the logo, you'll know you're at the right spot. You can go ahead and donate there. If you want to write a check, or you have ACH, that's more like a direct deposit from your bank to your bank to my bank, communicating with one another. That's the routing number. That's the account number if you want to do that. If you want to send a check, you can send it to the PO box. If you want to drop it off at Maya. Let them know it's for Needy Wilmington. So that way we can get it. So that way it will go into the event. Okay, so let's see what is left. Covered that. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're almost done to the end. So I just want to make sure you guys get all this. I think I pretty much covered everything. I covered the donations, covered the food, covered all this stuff. I do want to show you guys, since I have you like this, and it's kind of cool to do this because that way you can see what I'm going to show you and actually share this with you so you guys can relate to what we're talking about. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, which I didn't think this was possible, but thank goodness for the internet. We can do that. So I'm going to share the screen and you guys can actually see what we did last year. And then we'll close it out with that. How's that? So let me go ahead and share the screen. So this is the website. This is our website. Of course, information is always in the middle. If you go up and down, you'll see all the current stuff, especially we're already promoting for Christmas. I know some others are already ahead of us in doing this kind of stuff, but it takes a minute to do that. So here's the main screen. This is where you get all the hub, where you get all the information about all our events. We helped out the football players during their game. This tells you a little bit about us, about the community, all these different things that I think that's, really want to catch your eye. This is what we did during COVID and et cetera. So you guys can check that out. We were on a podcast as well. You guys can check it out. But anytime there's something that's new, you'll see it here. This is the other information video I did. But let's go ahead and get into it so you guys can go on with your day. So when you go to the site, you're going to go right here. And this is where all the links is, including the two individuals that really got this started. So this was Jesus Gamboa. He was the old owner of Maya, as well as the, I would say, chairwoman that spearheaded the Thanksgiving feast. And you tell you the wonderful story about both of those individuals. Jesus, of course, is still here, thank goodness, but he retired. And Santi, unfortunately, she's no longer with us. So wonderful story. That's the reason why we keep it on there, because if it wasn't for them, it's what pretty much has us continue doing what we do. So you go to the 2020 Thanksgiving, and here's the site. These are all the sponsors from last year. So you can say it was a very successful event because a lot of individuals helped out, and part of it, this is all the amount of money that we've collected, all the individuals. It takes a lot of time to do that. You can go right here and you'll see the video. And it tells you the whole story. You can see what it is.
I'm Kathy's father, and I'm the coordinating food specialist.
So this is Chef Robert. He does everything that we need to do at the Boys and Girls Club so we can get going. This is the Maya site that we do. We do it under the canopy, which has been very, very great because there are days that it's very, very hot and things are just overwhelming, you know, with the heat beating on you. It's kind of nice to do this under where there's some kind of shade to do what we need to do. So it's kind of cool that we were able to do that. Of course, we couldn't do what we do without partnership with the Culinary Arts at LA Harbor College. These are little snippets of videos that we received from individuals at the event. So this is what I was telling you guys about the scan code. If you guys are at the event and you want to help out, you take pictures, whatever, you send it to my email and I can post it on here and you guys can see what it is in real time. So these are all pictures and contributions from them. Thanks so much for that. Tells you a little bit about all of us. And of course, these are all the links that everybody who gave, which I still have to work on, but it takes a lot of time to make all these links work. And here's the list. Of course, you'll see this on the 2021. I'll show you in a second. This is all the donations that we did last year, how to volunteer and all that stuff. So let me go to the 2021 one so you can be more familiar. And where are we at? So we go to more, 2021. So here's our site. There's the information video, the first one. Again, this is what we have so far in sponsors. There's our site. That's how much we've collected. There's the information about the hot box. As I mentioned, everybody who donated, and a little bit about the story. Again, here's the wish list. Here's the turkey donation if you want to donate. If you want to volunteer, this is the one that's really important. So if you volunteer and you hit that, read the protocols. It's in English and in Spanish, so you guys can see what it is. It tells you where do you want to work at. There's limited spaces. So far, we only have 8 people who are filling up on the site. And we haven't gotten anything more than that. So please, if you are interested in doing that, just make sure you read all that so you guys can be aware of what's going on. There's all the sites for the working platforms. And of course, there's also about giving thanks to a pilot. The giving thanks to a pilot, once we have the basket, we need individuals or groups who are willing to go ahead and take it to a family. You can choose 1 or 2. That's what we recommend. We don't want everybody to just sit there and do like 3 or 4 families. That's a lot of work. We want you to go home to your families as well. But anything that you guys can do to make that happen is totally appreciated. And that's pretty much in a nutshell, as I promised. And I'm hoping that, I don't know how long this video was, but I apologize on how long it lasted. But these information videos take a minute to get together and do what we need to do because we want to cover, and that's why we ask you guys to please share it out, because this is things that we do so you guys can share the information out and you don't have to repeat any of it. Just show the information and that way it speaks for itself. So please, 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 I want to see more shares. I've been seeing a little bit, but not enough that's going to make a change. And that's the reason why this platform is so wonderful, because we really, really need to use this platform for what it needs to do, and we're not doing it. So please find in your heart to do that, and that way we can get the information out. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. Again, thank you so much for being the part of what you guys do, is having unity in our community, and we'll post more updates as we get them. I will put the new list of people that gave and donated and how much more we need for turkeys. Talk to you guys later.